All right, let's talk about your 20s. Navigating this decade can seriously feel like walking a tightrope, right? You're trying to build a career, manage your money, and maybe have a little fun. The choices you make right now, they literally set the foundation for your entire future. So let's dive into a guide for not just surviving, but actually thriving as a young professional.
I want to start with a question that might hit a little too close to home. Just look at your phone for a second. We use it for everything, but could it be secretly pulling the strings on your wallet? This is the first and maybe the sneakiest challenge we're going to tackle.
So this brings us to our first big topic, the digital dilemma. It's this constant battle playing out on your screen, your social feed versus your financial future. And a lot of the time, they're pulling in completely opposite directions. At the very heart of this dilemma is one powerful feeling, FOMO. Yeah, the fear of missing out. It is such a powerful psychological trigger, especially for Gen Z, and it drives so much impulsive buying. It's that little voice in your head that says if you don't buy that viral gadget or go on that trendy trip, you're not just missing an experience, you're getting left behind. Social media weaves this super complex web around how we spend our money. Influencers are setting trends for literally everything. Suddenly, buying stuff becomes a way to build your personal brand online. You see these curated, crazy rich lifestyles, and it just sparks this desire for luxury. And on top of that, online shopping has become entertainment. It's a social thing. Throw in some digital discounts you can't resist, and bam, you've got a perfect storm where our decisions are almost all emotion, not logic. So this whole digital dilemma, it has a huge real-world impact, and it starts with one of the biggest moments of your early career, your very first paycheck. Its power goes way, way beyond that first bank deposit. We're talking about the compounding effect, and honestly, the stakes are incredibly high.
Just look at this number, over $500,000. That is the potential cash you could lose over your lifetime from a starting salary that's just $1,000 lower than it could have been. It sounds completely nuts, right? But it's just the simple, brutal math of compounding.
And this table, it shows you exactly how that happens. So meet Jack and Jill. They start at the same time, but Jill's starting salary is about 19% lower than Jack's, a gap that, unfortunately, is all too common. Now, with just a modest 3% raise each year, that initial gap doesn't just stay the same, it widens into a chasm. Look at this. By age 65, Jack is earning over $43,000 more per year. That first salary negotiation, it matters a lot.
Okay, so we've laid out the challenges. That can feel a little heavy. But now, let's get to the good stuff, the solutions. This next section is basically your financial toolkit. We're talking about practical steps you can take to make your money start working for you. Let's start with a big, kind of crazy goal, $1 million. For a lot of people just starting out, this number feels completely out of reach, right? Like it's for somebody else. But what if I told you it's actually way more achievable than you think?
It all breaks down to this. Just $14 a day. That's it. That's like a fancy coffee and a pastry. If you start investing that amount when you're 23, the sheer power of compound interest could grow it into $1 million by the time you retire. The lesson here is so simple. Start as early as you possibly can. Time is your superpower.
Okay, so how do you actually do it? Here are 5 super key tips. 1. Always get your full 401k match from your employer. It's literally free money. Don't leave it on the table. 2. Make risk your friend. You've got time, so stocks can offer much higher long-term rewards. 3. Use low-cost funds, like index funds or ETFs, which are just baskets of stocks, to keep your fees way down. 4. Automate everything. Use target date funds or robo-advisors so you don't even have to think about it. And finally, number 5. Every time you get a raise, bump up how much you're saving.
Now, when you're setting up that 401k, you're probably going to see this choice, traditional or Roth. Okay, here's the simple version. A traditional 401k gives you a tax break right now, which feels good. But you have to pay taxes on the money when you take it out in retirement. A Roth 401k is the total opposite. You pay the taxes on your contributions now, but then all of that growth and all of your withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. For a lot of young professionals who expect their income to go up over time, the Roth is an absolute game changer.
All right, what about life insurance? I know, it's not exactly what most 20-somethings are thinking about, but let's look at the pros and cons. The pros? It's way cheaper when you're young and healthy, and it can protect your family from co-signed debt, like student loans. The cons? It's another bill when your budget is already tight, and if you don't have any dependents, it might not be a top priority just yet. It's a personal call for sure, but it's worth thinking about early on.
But, investing isn't just about dollars and cents. Some of the most valuable assets you will ever build are your professional relationships. So, let's shift gears and talk about investing in people. This quote just nails it. Your network truly is your net worth. And this isn't about collecting 1,000 LinkedIn connections. It's about building a real, genuine web of supportive people who can offer guidance, open doors to new opportunities, and grow with you. So how do you do it right? Well, do be genuinely curious about people. Ask good questions. Do think about what you can offer them, not just what you can get. And always, always follow up within a day or two. What you don't want to do is make it feel like a transaction or a sales pitch. And please, don't let a little anxiety stop you. Almost everyone feels awkward networking. This is all about building authentic, long-term connections. That coffee chat today could be your dream job referral 2 years from now. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, right? The digital world, the power of your paycheck, your financial toolkit, and the value of your network. So let's pull it all together and talk about what it really means to win the long game. Here is the single most important thing to take away from all of this. It's the small, intentional choices you make every single day that create massive results over time. Saying no to that impulse buy so you can invest that $14 instead. Pushing through the awkwardness to negotiate your starting salary. Making just one new professional connection this week. Each one is a tiny act with an outsized compounding impact on your future. And that's really what I want to leave you with. This isn't about overhauling your entire life by tomorrow morning. It's about one thing. Looking at everything we've just talked about, what is the one small, intentional decision you're going to make today to set up your future self for success?